look, if you're going to say they are from a certain caste matrix as per the Indian reality, point taken. What has that got to do with their reality in America? Does an average American look at me as an Indian and say, "Oye, Khatri, idara"? I mean, who does that? Nobody does that in America. Who the hell? And I asked them, I was like, तुम तो ऐसे बातें कर रहे हो, you guys are talking about caste as if पता नहीं तुम तो कल पोथी लेके बैठ गए थे और तुमको मेरी जात मालूम है. बात क्या कर... The point is, why is this only an issue for Hindus? If that is the case, then why is it not for a certain type of Italian that could only migrate from Italy to the United States of America? Only a certain type of... भाई उनमें भी जात थी, एक ही पर्टिकुलर जात का गया ना वहां से यहाँ, तो वो भी तो प्रिविलेज है, एक्नॉलेज कर, मगर उनमें नहीं है. अच्छा, and secondly, Nikunj, this is something I want to ask you because I asked Drishti too. What is the Kona perspective on that? भाई मोदी को जो करना है मोदी करेगा इंडिया में, ठीक है. You guys are Americans. You're living the American dream or the nightmare. Conditions apply. Whatever it is. The point is, Modi does something in India. CA. Baba, America को क्या लेना देना है उससे? Why are you answering? I mean, so does an average German American answer for what Angela Merkel does in Germany? Is my question. Nikunj, do they have to?
No, they do not. No, not even Chinese people don't have to either. For example, with all the things going on between America and China, they don't have to, right? So, but I want to come back. I'll come to that second. I want to talk about privilege for a second. Now, I'll tell you my story. Okay, TK. I'll tell you my ancestor story and my story. So, with my last name, you cannot, you obviously know that I'm a Brahmin by birth in that sense. TK. Now, my grandfather, okay, he was also a Brahmin, of course. He used to work in the most remote places in Bihar, in Jharkhand, in Orissa, etc., working in coal mines, working in factories, and eventually had a store, things like that. Okay, he suffered. He used to live in forests, in where like you have tigers and lions and wolves to make a living. Okay, my father, his siblings grew up in such an environment where they had no money. They used to eat only rotis and chai as their breakfast, sometimes even lunch and dinner. Okay, then that continued. When they moved to Ahmedabad, my father used to work in a factory. Okay, Brahmin guy working in a factory and making barely a living and supporting a family, our family plus my aunt who got widowed at a very early age. All of this was my dad was supporting. Got married to my mom, all that stuff. That continued coming to America. Okay, my dad came here and worked on the streets of New York City, distributing newspapers and cleaning, like, just the store, managing a little store. Okay, this is the immigrant story of my father. He was hit by a black guy in the 80s on his head. His head got split. He ended up in a hospital in Pennsylvania and was out of employment for a few months and stuff. Finally, he ended up in a factory in New Jersey. Okay, for 20 plus years or 30 years almost, actually, he worked in a factory as a $5, $10, $15 an hour job. Okay, when I came over here, from the day I landed in America in October of 1993, I was distributing papers on the streets of New Jersey. I used to clean bathrooms. I used to cut meat. I have worked in convenience stores. I have worked in distributing flyers. So you name it, okay? And all that while trying to attain an education, going to university. Then on top of that, my father got disabled and I ended up working. My brother ended up working and studying at the same time. So what privilege are we talking about here? Okay, what nonsense, garbage, privilege nonsense that we keep talking about all the time to basically shut down our voices and basically denounce our immigrant story. Okay, this is the story of myself, and I can tell you, I am surrounded by many, many families and friends who have a similar story. It's not that everybody ended up from like these upper echelons of IITs in India into Silicon Valley. No, many, many people have this story. They come from very humble beginnings and families and economic backgrounds and all these things. There's really no privilege here, okay? So just because I'm born as a Brahmin, do not make me feel guilty about you have a privilege. That's what I call bullshit, okay? Excuse my language. So now I want to come to your point about why this is a problem. You see, there's a fetish, okay, as I told you, because India is probably the only civilization. And when I say India, not the country, I'm talking about civilization. Okay, India is kind of the only civilization that is still standing. All right. And there's this fetish for the past several hundred years, if anything, to continue to portray this culture as backward, savage, casteist, as if there is nothing else good about it. Okay. And everything that happens, 95% of Hindus, I guess, live in India. So every time there's a thing in India, there's always a blame game going on. Oh, you American Hindus or you Canadian Hindus, you must be supporting Modi and you must be like this. So, this is the type of nonsense that we see. But if you look at Germans, if you look at Italians, if you look at Chinese, if you look at Armenians, if you look at any like even Israelis, Palestinians, you pick the different categories. Okay? They're not answerable to what happens in the sort of the countries that their parents came from or any of these things. And there's always this fetish, like I said, and I keep using the word fetish because it is like that, to show everything about India through this lens of caste, cow, curry, and chaos. And I added the fourth C because you can see how it's being shown as a land of chaos, whether it's COVID-19, whether it's these, CAA laws, Kashmir, everything. India is always about chaos, right? So this, and then Indian Americans and Indo-Canadians or Hindu Americans, Indo-Canadians have to then answer for some kind of sins of the father, essentially. So that's how this entire narrative gets portrayed again and again. And then, oh, by the way, you are privileged, so you don't get a chance to talk about it. Because your last name is Trivedi, you are, this upper caste person, and by default, you're privileged, and therefore you shouldn't be talking. Let the other people excuse me? You blame my religion, you blame my ancestors, you blame my culture, and you blame my community, and then you don't expect me to answer? That's not going to work.